What the fuck is up, folks? I'm going to give you my rapid fire picks for UFC Fight Night. Remember, we're in Abu Dhabi this week, and it's a decent fight night. I'm going to skip the main event. We'll start with the co-main event. Give me Shara Bullet over Michal Oleksiejczuk. Shara Bullet is a better kicker. He'll be able to control this fight. He's more explosive. Michal Oleksiejczuk does have better hands. We'll give him some credit, but I'm going with Shara Bullet as my first lock. Second one, Figgy over Cheeto. I love my brethren Cheeto. He lives down the street, okay? He trains with Jason Perillo. That's my guy. Nothing but love for Cheeto. He's got cardio for 5 rounds, but it's a 3-round fight. So he won't be able to use that cardio weapon against Figgy, who maintains distance much better than him, has better timing, much more dynamic game with the calf kicks and the wrestling now, training with Henry Cejudo and Captain Eric Alvarez. And shout out to Captain Eric. Give me Figgy over Cheeto. Moving down the card, I'm going to take Shamil Gaziev over Don'Tale Mayes. Don'Tale Mayes is not great. Shamil Gaziev should be able to hit takedowns in this fight. He does fine on the feet as well. You know, barring some type of stupid, crazy, spinning, jumping something that Don'Tale Mayes pulls out of the hat, I think we could lock Shamil Gaziev here, especially since we're on his side of the world. Give me Gaziev. I'm dipping into the ladies' fights. Victoria Dudakova over Sam Hughes. Sam Hughes, I'm not a hater. I like Sam Hughes. But the 50-50 record we have to look at, and we have to start looking into what's going wrong in her fights, because Victoria Dudakova should be able to handle this thing anywhere it goes. She's probably better at submission grappling. Her striking is going to do fine against a Sam Hughes. So I don't really see where Sam Hughes could take this fight over. Give me Dudakova. And for the 5th and final one, finally, I'll be picking Cedric Dumas because he's across from Dennis Tululin. Dennis Tululin's decent. He's, swings some shots. I don't know. He's a journeyman. Cedric Dumas is on the way up. Cedric Dumas has better takedowns to be able to control where the fight takes place, faster, more explosive. Just a kid that you could definitely look to have a future in the UFC. As for Dennis Tululin's just hanging on at this point. We got to go with him. Rapid fire locks, Shara Bullet, Devison Figueiredo, Shamil Gaziev, Victoria Dudakova, and Cedric Dumas. Now, there are a couple other ones I like on this card. I almost gave you guys a dog right off the bat, but I'm going to save it. I have a premium channel. I have a Telegram. You guys could look that up in the description. It's also in my channel description on my YouTube. Come check out those free plays I give out there, and then you can actually get my bets. If you guys want to see the bets that I place, I have those available. First week, we went 5-0. Last week, Leon Edwards let me down. Bobby Green let me down, but we'll go over that in a second. Tom Aspinall killed it. Tom Aspinall, we did inside distance for a free play. We did Tom Aspinall. I also bet Tom Aspinall straight and Tom Aspinall in 2 parlays. I put him in everything because I was confident in him. Tom Aspinall showed out. And we can go through those now if you guys want. You guys ready? Let's do it. All right. We did Tom Aspinall inside distance. That was a free play for you guys on the Telegram. The reason why is because Tom finishes everybody. He's so explosive. And you guys saw Curtis Blades get a little nervous, get a little froggy in that cage, and it cost him right away. So inside distance, we could have gone, more aggressive than that, but I thought that was a safe one. That hit nicely. Tom Aspinall was minus 350, so I didn't give him out as a straight money line, even though I touched that myself on top of the parlay I gave out. Another free play we gave out was Nathaniel Wood and Sam Patterson, Nathaniel Wood and Sam Patterson. Daniel Pineda was not able to get it done, just not up to scratch. The scorecards were so wide. And then Sam Patterson's fight with Kiefer Crosby, pretty much exactly like we talked about. So that was an easy one. And those odds got sweet when you parlayed those together. We also put Aspinall inside distance with Nathaniel Wood. That was only minus 149. 2 total locks. So I'm going to keep looking to do that. I do notice that I hit super high on 2-leg parlays. So just note taken. And now let's get into some of the wild ones. Bobby Green shot a takedown on Paddy Pimblett. Bobby, that is just... What words can I use? The fight IQ is non-existent. That's what I'm saying, Dixon Sider. When has Bobby ever shot a takedown? I'm trying to predict fights. I gave out Bobby Green because of the boxing and the takedown defense. That doesn't matter, Bobby, when you shoot a takedown on the kid with the sharpest jiu-jitsu, or some of the sharpest jiu-jitsu. Maybe we could even give it to him, sharpest jiu-jitsu. But his wrestling's not great. His striking, yeah, he was throwing some kicks, but I don't see a ton of evidence that Bobby was freaked out by the kicks and had to shoot. I mean, it's like Bobby Green just made a dumb mistake. And even, I got to say the takedown was the worst, but just as bad as the takedown was the triangle defense. He got out of the guillotine well. Patty did a great job slapping on the triangle. That's not even where I have a problem with this. Bobby Green has never been submitted inside the UFC before. And so when I'm picking Bobby Green, I'm thinking we're going to get him back up on his feet and he's not going to play these games downstairs. He is in the triangle and circles into the triangle to make it deeper, folks. Just so you know at home, all right? Because a lot of people know triangle chokes out there. A little self-defense for everybody. Let's do it. Got to move my laptop so I don't mess this up. Okay. If you put your hand down, you guys see me? Let me get up a little bit. If you put your hand down, imagine my hand's down flat, right? And you circle this way, notice how my neck gets closer to my shoulder. Now watch what happens when I circle the other way. You see how distance is created between my neck and my shoulder? Bobby Green circled this way to make it deeper. Bobby Green helped Patty choke him. Bobby, when you're in a triangle choke, you circle away from the trapped arm. That's how you create space so you can get blood to your brain. If you cut off 30% of the blood to the brain, somebody's going to pass out. That somebody was Bobby Green on Saturday. Holy shit, that was bad. Bobby made a video. He said, hey, I'll take all the heat. I'm giving heat. Bobby, that was awful. Okay. Jiu-jitsu lesson over. Bobby Green takes the L. It is what it is. Tom Aspinall had me happy. Sam Patterson had me happy. Gave Sam out. We already talked about Nathaniel Wood. So Loughran fought Jake Hadley. Loughran. Jake Hadley was getting taken down by Mitch Raposo on Dana White's Contender Series. How many takedowns did Loughran shoot? Again, bizarre shit. Now, there was less evidence for that one, right? But, he was backing Jake Hadley up the whole time and just decided to kickbox with him. Shot, you can count on one hand. That's crazy. Shoot again, dude. Shoot again. Jake Hadley was picking his elbows up. He was doing this. He looked good, and then he would do this. It's like there's just access to the body. Shoot into the legs, Loughran. Another bizarre one. And then the main event. Belal Muhammad fought a great fight. He was snapping his jab out there. It wasn't Canelo hands, but he was snapping his jab out there nice. Leon Edwards was asleep. When have you guys ever seen Leon just not react to takedowns like that? I mean, he fought Kamaru Usman twice. You saw as soon as Kamaru gets him on the fence, boom, he splits his leg. Boom, he fights the hand. He's pulling up on the elbow. Where was that? What Belal did great. We'll give credit to Belal on this one. Belal deserves it. The other two guys, they fucked it up. But Leon's getting a lot of heat, and I think Belal deserves more credit here, and this is why. Belal did not try to pull his legs out from under him. Belal learned a lesson. Belal did what great wrestlers like Khamzat Chimaev do. He lifted him up. So when Belal would get his hands locked, he didn't try to pull his legs out. He would hoist them up in the air. That's how he dumped them on his head. You guys have seen the memes with the flat head. That's how he put him onto the mat like that. There's a lot of things you could say about Belal. He fought aggressively. He moved forward. He snapped a great jab. The lifts on the takedowns. His ability to just sort of take the back and camp out a little bit. Leon Edwards took his back twice too. 3 times? Twice? And that cost Belal 1 round, but I had 4 rounds to 1 Belal. Belal whooped his ass. Good for him. Fuck yeah. Badass performance for Belal. So, I mean, through all the bets I placed, it was probably a break-even weekend. It is what it is. Last week we went 5-0. Let's do it again on another fight night. Looking forward to this one. I'll break this one down for you guys a little bit more. All right. I'm looking through the comments here now. Finch, how did Wood not finish round 2 and 3? Bro, I money lined him with a parlay. I didn't give a shit. But I know what you mean. Finch Maya, bro, been doing jiu-jitsu a long time. Okay? When you're a white belt, you learn when you're in a triangle choke, circle so that you get blood to your brain. If you circle this way, you're going to end up unconscious. Clip that and send it to Bobby Green for me. Did King Green have his arm injured? I think so. All right, let's go. So we'll break these fights down a little more. Shara bullet over Michael Oleksiejczuk. Michael Oleksiejczuk's got hands. Michael Oleksiejczuk's got hands. Don't take the, kind of soft body and use it against him too much. I mean, he's got hands, but Shara bullets in Abu Dhabi. He's Russian, but, more their territory. He's going to be able to control the range, the kicking game. He could box them a little bit enough. He beat, Bruno Silva. I mean, Michael Oleksiejczuk's not offering what Bruno Silva's offering on the striking. He's good. He's a good boxer. Michael Oleksiejczuk is. I've picked him before and been happy I did. But in this fight with Shara Bullet, he's in too deep of water. Give me Shara Bullet. I believe Shara Bullet could do it on the feet too. Figgy over Cheeto. Figgy has that karate style now. I got to watch Devison Figueiredo spar in Arizona at Fight Ready with Captain Eric Alvarez. He was being Bruce Buffer and announcing his name, and he was fighting Brandon Moreno again. And that's where they devised that calf kick game plan. So I saw him throwing calf kicks, and I promised I wouldn't say anything, and I didn't, although I did say I knew something and picked Devison in the rematch, even though he was dog money and he won. But I saw him make that adjustment in his game. I saw him sparring the likes of like Felipe Bunes before Felipe was in the UFC. He went 5 hard rounds with just fresh guys every round. And, so I got to get a good look at him in training. And then obviously we've all seen his power that he has on the feet in the UFC. We've seen his jiu-jitsu. He's nasty with it. Chito Vera, on the other hand, still training with the same folks over here, Jason Perillo and them, but brings a lot of cardio, brings a lot of durability. I don't have to tell you guys that. His jiu-jitsu is getting better too. He's been training at Art of Jiu-Jitsu, which is the gym that I train at. I don't think he'll have the jiu-jitsu skills of Devison Figueiredo. I don't think that he'll have the distance management of Devison Figueiredo. I think Devison Figueiredo is a lock here. So give me Figgy. Shamil Gaziev over Dontel Mays. Shamil Gaziev is better at wrestling. I think Shamil Gaziev can decide where the fight takes place. That's going to matter. He'll do okay on the feet. He has a thump to his game. I mean, Dontel Mays throws goofy shit. You could see him getting taken down with something simple, spinning and getting just double-legged or something, I believe Dontel's over at Jackson Wink, so it's not a bad gym for him, for sure. He could bring in some skills, but you got to like being in Abu Dhabi for Shamil and then just the matchup in general. I'd already picked Shamil in this one, and so you're going to sweeten it up with putting it in Abu Dhabi. Shamil Gaziev. Victoria Dudakova or Sam Hughes. Look, I get you guys who don't like to bet on female fights. Half the time when I do, it's an over. I pick the over. If you were going to pick the over, there is another female fight on this card that looks interesting for the over for me. But I won't even give that out. I'm just going to say that Victoria Dudakova money line is a decent move, unless you put her in a parlay. Victoria Dudakova, it's only like minus 190 or 180 or something. Victoria Dudakova, better all around. Sam Hughes is tough, but Victoria Dudakova could even submit her. I mean, Victoria Dudakova is pretty good at kickboxing too. We'll take her over Sam Hughes. Sam Hughes more of a journey woman. I mean, wins, losses. What is it, 9-5? What do we got? Sam Hughes 8-6. That's worse than I thought. Lost to Yasmin, Uruguay, Pierre Rodriguez, Luana Pinheiro, Loma Luke Boonmay. Tisha Torres, who's now Tisha Pennington. That's not a bad one. Beat Jacqueline Amarim last year. Elise Reed, Estela Nunez. She's kind of just gatekeeper level. And so we're going to go with Dudakova, who I could imagine challenging for the belt at some point. Okay. All right. And then Cedric Dumas over Dennis Tulin. Cedric Dumas should be able to hit these takedowns. We've seen him get better before our eyes, right? And so as he improves, I just think Dennis Tulin is going to have trouble keeping him off him. I think Cedric Dumas will close that distance, and the speed advantage goes to Cedric Dumas. He's explosive, right? Dennis Tulin's going to throw some hooks at him, and hope to get in a slugfest with him. And I don't think the slugfest will happen. I think Cedric Dumas will murk him. So give me Cedric Dumas. Dixon says Figgy with Khabib and Umar in camp going to hit different. He's going to out-grapple Cheeto, who just plots. Could be. I mean, he could also out-kickbox him, Dixon. I think he'll be in his stance. Finch, don't miss these gems. I'm not missing you. I hear you. I think he's going to be in that deep karate stance, and then, he'll be able to point him out from there. I mean, we've already seen Cheeto struggle with distance and timing fighting for the belt. Figgy's a different look for sure, but I think he's going to eat up that lead calf of Cheeto, which I've seen him get hit with in the gym. I've been in the gym and watched Cheeto spar as well over at Ruka. I circled in. I got to spar with Rafael Dos Anjos and them. I never actually got to go with Cheeto. I'm like 185 pounds, so I get why. But I think that Cheeto is going to struggle to hit Davison Figueiredo. So California love in here. Let's go. Dennis is live for a win. All right, Anakin. All right. I got some more. Look, I'm going to give out my bets on my Telegram. Link is in the channel. I'll put it in this video once I post it. Come check out the Telegram. I give free plays out on Telegram, and generally I'm betting those. And then my actual bets, everything I put in the premium, my actual bets, I am betting as well. And let's win. All right. Cool. We're happy. What else we got? I almost put a dog in. Most confident today, but I'm going to save it. It's really helpful to do my research throughout the week, so I drop my actual bets on Friday now. I'm going to save this dog, but I like this dog on this card. I'm going to put money on it. Cheeto doesn't lose B2B, War Cheeto, B2B, business to business. I'm too educated for this. Business to business is what I think B2B is. What's B2B? Sandhagen dog, interesting chat. Sandhagen's going to be a tough fight for Umar, make no mistake. All right. I missed so many comments. I'm going to try to get some of you guys. Simp Master Flex owns everyone in chat, make it known. Bold statement, Simp. Bold statement. AJ and Finch the Goach. Thank you, Alex. I'm like scrolling way up. All right. People are saying I'm late. I'm not late. I'm like 3 minutes after the scheduled time. I'll never go on the actual time. You gotta let people trickle in. So like AJ and I host Moneyline. It's like we start like 15 minutes after the start time. I start like 5 minutes after the start time. So that's just to give you guys notifications, let you trickle in here. That's what it's always going to be. So if you're here on time, good for you. Give me a second, okay? Finch, I'm seeing people betting Yahya because Fernandes is a gas bag and is going to gas late. Yo, chill on Yahya. Yahya's 0-1 in the UFC. Yahya is, I don't even know if he's a UFC fighter, man. I'm totally not gonna bet on Yahya. Fernandes is interesting. Fernandes probably better striker than him. But Yahya's, not much of a submission specialist. So is he gonna take him down? It's gonna be hard to. The guy to beat Fernandes is a good wrestler. Like he went to a split decision with Mark Diakisi. And a split decision with Mark makes me think he's gonna beat Yahya. So I would chill on the Yahya pick. Bring in the fire. I am Dylan Summers. Thank you. Skywalker peace. Yes. May the force be with you, Anakin. What are your thoughts on Azmat Murzakanov? I didn't decide to put Azmat Murzakanov in these, but, Alonzo Menifield's, available. I mean, Alonzo Menifield's definitely not a consistent guy and has holes in his game. He's got big power. I like that Azmat Murzakanov just beat Dustin Jacoby. That's nice. Devin Clark, Tafon Chikwi. I mean, some of these guys are like hard hitters too. So I think him being a favorite over Alonzo makes sense. I don't know. I got to dig into that one more. I'll do my research, and if I like it, we'll see. I kind of leave these shows as like my early leans. When I look at it, I go for it. Nobody asked me, but I'm going for it anyway. Michael Chiesa and Tony Ferguson. First of all, UFC. This should have been at the Sphere. Tony Ferguson's Mexican. So they're bringing T-Ferg to Abu Dhabi. I don't know. Against the whitest white boy, Michael Chiesa. A dude who quits. I mean, Michael Chiesa in that choke against Kevin Holland was a Darce. Man, not good. I mean, he's really on a skid. He really's got quit in him. And so if Tony hits him with something, I don't know. I guess I'll lean Michael Chiesa, right? But I want to watch that Kevin Holland fight back. I want to watch Michael Chiesa lose a little more and make sure I'm seeing this right, because Tony Ferguson should pretty much lose to everybody at this point, and he's like a 4-1 dog against Michael Chiesa. We'll see what Tony Ferguson's looking like too. I want to watch his training. I mean, Tony Ferguson is way past his prime now. Way past his prime. And he's got, sorry to say this, he's got a bunch of yes men around him. He's not in a real camp. Like, he should be in a real camp. He needs to be over there at AKA. He needs to be over there at, whatever. King's MMA training with Giga. Whatever. Give me a real camp with real sparring partners. I don't like his makeshift camps and stuff. So I have to get the feeling Tony's cashing out a little bit. And so we'll go Michael Chiesa. But that's an early lean. I got to look at that one, guys. Who is the Bulldog of the week? What are you talking about? Bulldog of the week, Dana. Bulldog. Bulldogs can't breathe well. They can't. They're not athletic. They got those short little arms. I don't know about Bulldog of the week. They paid Bobby to take a dive. Come on, Dylan. Come on. I don't think so. Carlos Condit is pretty white. Carlos Condit is very white. But does he have a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of Mexican in him? I don't know. Carlos Condit? I don't know. He looks very white. I agree. I don't know that. Hey, Mike. Hey, Jason. $3,000 starting price for tickets at the Sphere. Damn! Is that real, Raw Torque? $3,000 to go to the Sphere? I wanted to go, too. Maybe I'll get a media pass. Should I get a media pass and go to the Sphere? I'm going to work on that right now. Thank you guys for hanging out. You got my rapid fire picks. You got a little bit of recap of last week. I'm happy for Sam Patterson. I'm happy for Nathaniel Wood. I'm happy for Mick Parkin. How did I forget about Mick Parkin? Mick Parkin went down and whooped some ass and got himself, $100,000 bonus? Badass Mick Parkin. Fuck yeah. He trained with Tom Aspinall the whole time. Tom Aspinall said what a great guy he is at the post-fight press conference. He goes out there, whoops some ass, gave out Mick Parkin as well. I put these in little parlays. So proud of them. Tom Aspinall killed it. But Loughran, Bilal, and Bobby Green, y'all fucked up. Y'all pissed me off. And so we live and we learn. I take note that Bobby Green might just shoot a random takedown that I've never seen him do before and get submitted for the first time in the UFC against Paddy Pimblett, who is one of the most vulnerable strikers I've seen. I'll give him some credit, though. His kicks look good. He was fighting okay. So props to Bilal, props to Tommy Aspinall. Last thing I'll end on, Tom Aspinall talked about that John Jones fight. Make no mistake. Tom Aspinall, I told you guys before, I'll tell you guys now, is the best heavyweight in the world. He whoops John Jones. John don't want nothing to do with that fight. And if you do, then get on X, John, because you've been quiet as hell. Peace and love, guys. Thank you for coming through. I always appreciate you. Moneyline got postponed until Thursday, so I'll see you Thursday night on Moneyline. I'll be dropping free plays and picks on my channel all week. Check out Telegram. That's where they'll be. And I'll make sure to drop my bets on Friday. I hope to see you in the premium. Tail me if you want to. Peace out. Peace and love. Until next time.